Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you guys are doing well. So if you're looking to buy a premium mid-range smartphone, honestly, there aren't a lot of exciting options right now. Even the new launches that we saw, such as the Vivo V27 Pro or Samsung's new Galaxy A54, do not offer the best value for your money. But I think this guy, the Oneplus 11R, is an excellent option in 2023. At a starting price of 40,000 rupees in India, it is currently the most affordable Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 powered phone in the market. And it easily beats last year's Oneplus 10T in terms of value, since both of them have pretty similar specifications, but the 11R is 10,000 rupees cheaper. So with this new aggressive pricing strategy, I think the glory days of OnePlus might just be back. The first thing that's great about the Oneplus 11R is, of course, its performance. Here, on top of the Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 chip, OnePlus has offered flagship-grade DDR5X RAM and UFS 3.1 storage. With all this, my experience with the phone has been ridiculously fast and smooth. I have been using a ton of flagship phones these days. I use the Galaxy S23 series, the OnePlus 11, the Oppo Find N2 Flip, like so many devices. And coming back to the OnePlus 11R, I never felt like I was using a mid-range phone. Plus, OnePlus has optimized the 120Hz refresh rate of this display to run so well with all the apps. You will not get any weird lags and bugs. It's just that good of a performer. I also still like the clean and user-friendly experience of Oxygen OS, and there are no annoying bloatware apps or ads to deal with either. OnePlus has also promised 3 years of platform and 4 years of security updates for the 11R. That's a year short compared to the regular OnePlus 11, but it's alright. However, I think OnePlus could learn a thing or two from Samsung regarding monthly security patches. Here, the OnePlus 11R is still running on January's security patch, and it's almost the end of March now. Okay, as far as the gaming is concerned, you can easily play even the most demanding games like Genshin Impact at the highest settings on the 11R without experiencing any stutters or lags. The phone does get slightly warm near the camera module under this, but the OnePlus 11R's vapor chamber cooling solution does a good job of maintaining the thermals and not letting the phone overheat. After nearly 15 minutes into the game, I graphed the phone's temperature at the back to be around 40 degrees Celsius, which is nothing alarming on these summer days. By the way, OnePlus has used an underclocked version of the 8 Plus Gen 1 in this phone. While that results in relatively lower benchmark scores, I haven't noticed any bit of performance difference in everyday use or even gaming compared to the regular 8 Plus Gen 1 powered phones like the OnePlus 10T. Just be sure to enable the high performance mode from the battery settings to eke out the very best performance, and you're good to go. Anyway, relatively less demanding games like PUBG, Asphalt 9 and Mobile Legends play at 60 FPS at their respective highest settings easily. But sadly, OnePlus still has not fully optimized the phone to play nice with 120 FPS optimized games like Injustice 2 and Mech Arena. I'm also a bit surprised to see that even last year's OnePlus 10T is still limited to 60 FPS in these games. This definitely is not a chipset limitation because the 8 Plus Gen 1 is more than capable of running those games at 120 FPS, so I do hope that OnePlus sorts this out. Okay, besides the performance, the OnePlus 11R has impressed me with its display as well. Although I'm not a huge fan of curved panels, the curve on the OnePlus 11R has not been a problem for me. Like the OnePlus 11, it's a really subtle curve that's not too steep, so I haven't had any problems like accidental touches over here. Likewise, this AMOLED display has got a 120Hz refresh rate, 10-bit color depth and a 1.5K resolution as well. So needless to say, you get a great sharpness, accurate colors and viewing angles for a top-notch viewing experience on this phone. The 11R's display is even better than something like the Galaxy A54. I even compared its display with the more premium OnePlus 11 and found both of them to be neck and neck in terms of actual visual quality. Interestingly, the Oneplus 11R even has 1440Hz PWM dimming to protect your eyes from screen flickering, which is something the more expensive Oneplus 11 does not even have for some reason. and its peak brightness is also higher than that of the OnePlus 11. So yeah, OnePlus has used a really good display on the 11R, and I am sure you will love it. I also like its stereo speakers. It has rich, loud audio, which means the overall content consumption experience is also great here. There's no Dolby Vision support like the OnePlus 11, but it does bring HDR streaming on platforms like Netflix, so you will have a great time binge watching all the HDR movies and shows. And of course, OnePlus has also included good haptics here. It's not as strong as the one on the OnePlus 11, but you still get a crisp and precise feedback that highlights keystrokes and button presses quite well. Design-wise, the OnePlus 11R looks very similar to the OnePlus 11, except the plastic frames and an inferior display protection. But if you ask me, the one thing I've never been a really big fan of is this camera module. I think it could have been more minimalistic and modern looking, like what Samsung is doing lately. It is also a tad bit bottom heavy like the OnePlus 11, but I got used to this weight distribution after a couple of days. But overall, I have to say it's a well-built phone. Here you get a relatively narrow form factor with rounded corners in the back, which feels easy to hold in the hands. I also like this Galactic Silver variant, which has a nice shimmery matte finish that looks and feels really nice. And I don't have to worry about fingerprints or smudges either. The OnePlus 11R also retains the signature alert slider. It's funny that just a year ago, OnePlus officially said that they were not able to put alert slider on their phones because it would have taken a larger area and hence would have made the device thicker. And now OnePlus is also including IR Blaster for the first time in a OnePlus phone. But hey, I am not complaining. Okay, moving on, the OnePlus 11R's battery endurance is also pretty decent. On light to medium usage, I was easily getting around 1.5 days of backup, even under a relatively heavy use consisting of taking a lot of photos and videos, playing games and all. It managed 7 hours of screen on time. And I can't really complain about its charging speed either. The 100-watt charger that comes inside the box takes only about 30 minutes to fuel the phone from 0 to 100%. Sadly, this 100-watt brick is not power delivery compatible charger, so I could not use it to charge my laptop or fast charge other power delivery compliant devices. If I remember correctly, OnePlus included a power delivery charger with the 10T and the OnePlus 11. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's talk cameras now. The OnePlus 11R comes with a similar set of cameras as the OnePlus 10T, so this made me wonder if their output would be the same as well, and I wasn't wrong. Both phones shoot identical photos in most cases with good sharpness, dynamic range, and details. The only difference I've noticed is in terms of color processing, where the 11R prefers relatively poppy results at times, like in this image. Other than that, the output is pretty much similar, which means the OnePlus 11R does have a good primary camera for its price. But I wish OnePlus had included a better ultra-wide-angle lens here. It's got an 8-megapixel sensor, and for a premium mid-range phone, it's kind of a bummer. The ultra-wide images produce average details, and there's noticeable color shift from the primary camera too. Portraits are just okay too. The skin tone from both the 11R and the 10T look very processed and sort of unnatural. You can get a few good shots of yourself from this camera, but I wouldn't call the results anything extra. I think OnePlus should have given a digital zoom option for portraits for better subject focus and depth to help the portraits stand out. As for the selfies, the 10T settles with a reddish tone while the 11R's images are on the brighter side. So it's really up to your personal preference which one you would choose. Personally, I think both are not very good. The nighttime images from the 11R have nice detail levels, but sometimes the exposure management is not proper. In this aspect, the OnePlus 10T does a slightly better job. However, that gets fixed with the night mode turned on, so it should get fixed with an update. Now, I don't know if you guys know, but the more expensive OnePlus 11 and the 11R share the same primary camera lens, the Sony IMX890. So I did a little comparison between them two, and I found that the OnePlus 11 is slightly better in terms of color optimization in most images, so they look more pleasing than the OnePlus 11R. Also, close-up shots have better subject focus from the OnePlus 11, and it also shoots better nighttime images. So yeah, even though the OnePlus 11R has the same primary camera, the optimization is a little different and better on the OnePlus 11. But we also have to remember that the OnePlus 11 is more expensive, so looking at the price point, the OnePlus 11R justifies its worth except for the ultra-wide-angle lens. Getting to the videos, this phone lets you shoot up to 4K 60fps and the videos come out pretty usable. The stabilization is decent, the OIS works well, and the exposure is handled well too. But you can only record full HD 30fps videos from the selfie camera like with all the OnePlus phones, and the output is pretty average too. What's also average are the ultra-wide-angle videos, which are capped at 1080p 30fps. OnePlus has made the field of view narrower in order to maintain stabilization, so even though the videos are steady, they don't exactly have an ultra-wide field of view. So that was all for my full review of the OnePlus 11R, and looking back, I think I've talked positively in almost all the aspects of this phone, and rightly so. Its display and audio is superb, it is the fastest phone in its price segment, the battery life is great, I like the output from its primary camera, the fingerprint sensor works wickedly fast, and you get years of software commitment too. So it ticks all the boxes for an excellent all-rounder smartphone, and it is a definite recommendation from me at this price point. This year, OnePlus has finally listened to their criticism and tried to work on almost all of them, be it in terms of price or feature sets. But still, I would like to see them innovate in terms of the design. They absolutely need to bring a better ultra-wide camera than this. Like, even cheaper phones like Pixel 6a and the Nothing Phone 1 have better ultra-wide-angle cameras. And I think they need to invest more in terms of camera optimization and color science. It's just not as good as a Samsung or a Pixel phone yet. So everyone, that was all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Also, if you would like to see a comparison between the OnePlus 11R and the Galaxy A54, do let me know in the comments below. I will definitely make a video out of that. Till then, I'm Pratima and I will see you in my next video.